Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Itertools module in Python 3. And since Itertools is a rather large module, I'm not planning on introducing the entire module today. I'm just going to be telling you two of the most useful functions in Itertools, at least so far in my experience. I found these two functions pretty useful. So the first one is called permutations, and the second one is called combinations. And permutations, well, let's just see what permutations does. So first we can get a list 1 2 3 4, because I'm very creative and all that. For I in gotta import the stuff first. And then, okay. So now we can just do permutations. And then let's actually see how that looks. Oops. 这应该剪一下 Thank you. 你就直接剪到这儿就行了 Thank you. Bye, have a good day. Okay, so now that we have everything set up, we can try. So okay, so as we can see, it has basically created all the permutations, or like all the possible sets with the same elements except with different order. And you can see that some of these are just like the same one but reversed. So that's because this one is like for generating permutations, right? Like all possible combinations. Well, I'll use a better word. Like all possible orders of these same elements, and it takes into account. Well, it doesn't take into account whether or not we have already seen this particular permutation. And now let's try combinations. So with permutations, you can just use this permutations function when you need to do a competitive programming program, or just a code project in general that requires you to do permutations, because especially in competitive programming, you don't want to waste your time creating your own recursive permutations function, because first that uses recursion, and recursion sort of sucks, and secondly that just wastes time. So you can just use this pretty useful tool to know, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't even like take that long for longer sets. Like if you have a larger set like this, oops, just forgot that we changed this. So now you can see, well, it looks like it is taking a while, since we're only like changing the last 8 digits or so, and we have yet to get to these first digits. But yeah, so maybe this isn't the quickest method, but it is still reasonably fast for smaller lists and sets and tuples. Now let's check out the combinations. The combinations function. So with the combinations function, you have to have a second argument, which is basically the length of all the combinations that you want the program to, or you want the generator to iterate through. So if we use 3 as the length, you can see we have all the combinations of these of numbers of all the possible combinations where we use 3 numbers from this iterable, from this list. God. Now, notice that it's different from permutations because firstly, we can specify like a specific length of the for the iterable that we want to output, that we want to get. And secondly, it doesn't have any repeating stuff. Like we don't see 3, 2, 1 here because this is specifically for all the combinations. Like we're assuming that order doesn't matter here. It's essentially what I'm trying to say. God. Now let's check out a problem that we can do with the Itertools module, specifically the combinations module. So this is like a bit of a classic competitive programming problem. Well, not really classic, but it is a very it's like a category of, it has a subcategory of similar problems that are like this. So you can sort of just check this out and learn how to like solve this particular problem, and then with other similar problems you can have like a place to begin with, and we can do so the problem is basically as follows. So we have a set of weights here, so we can just do like 1, 2, 4. Now these are basically like weights, like say those like little metal boxes or little metal squares that you can put on those weighing thingies with 2 plates attached to a rod. I'm not sure what that the name of that is. I'll maybe search that up later. But essentially we have these weights. Now we don't know the unit. It might be like 1 gram or 2 grams or 1 kilogram or whatever, but essentially this problem is saying what total masses can we create with these weights. So for example, 3 is a weight that we can create with these weights. We can combine the weights 1 and 2 to create the weight to create the weight 3, the total weight 3, and we can combine say 1 and 4 to make 5, and then 2 and 4 to make 6. Now this is a bit of an easy problem because you can just use the combinations function from the Itertools module. So we can do for I in range, and then the how many weights are there, and then plus 1 because we want to because the combination module isn't based on like isn't based on like 0 indexing, right? It just returns all the possible lists that are of a certain length, right? We're not going by max index here. Anyways, you might see this better in action. And then for J in combinations I, and then let's see and then we might add, it might be good for us to add a possible weights list, and we can do if sum j not in and then we forgot a bracket, and then in the end we want to give this. So basically what this is doing is since combinations requires 2 arguments, the iterable and then the length, and we want to like create all possible combinations out there, and that doesn't just include, since there are 3 weights, that doesn't just include all weights with 3 weights. It also includes 2 weights and 1 weight. So we have to like get all the possible number of weights out there. So we can just use a nested loop, and this takes since we have 2 nested loops, it does take a while to process for larger sets of weights, but it'll do fine for this. So that actually, I think this is a bit of a bad example, since with 1, 2, and 4 we can create all the weights up till 7. So let's try something else like 2, 3, 7. Yeah, sure. And we can see we can produce 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. And we can sort of see how to, well, how it would be possible to create each of them. We can also create 0, since, you know, we can have no weights and we can use no weights and create a weight of 0. Although why you would want to obtain a weight of 0 for weighing is beyond my imagination. But if you ever want to get 0 weight, then you can just use this program and find out that you can just use 0 weights. And I'm not sure why you would need this problem, but whatever. So anyways, yeah, this is just like a basic problem that you could use combinations with, and there are many other problems out there that would require permutations or combinations, and creating your own permutations or combinations function takes way too long, and also whatever you write will probably be much slower than the rather more optimized Itertools functions. So yeah, hope you've learned something from this video, and see you next time.